Hi, Kinder friends. I thought I would read this book to you for science today. It is called Bubbles Float, Bubbles Pop, and it's by Mark Weekland. Bubbles float, bubbles pop. With a puff of air, bubbles appear like magic. Shimmering, they float through the sunlight. Do you know how bubbles are made? Every bubble is a round pocket of gas. Like balloons, bubbles trap gas with a thin skin. Bubbles form in cold or hot liquids. In a cold glass of soda, bubbles stick to a cherry. If you've ever had soda, you'll see a lot of bubbles inside as you drink it. In boiling water, bubbles sparkle like diamonds. Pop. When a bubble's skin gets too thin, the bubble breaks. The gas inside the bubble escapes into the air. Dry hands, wind, and sharp objects cause them to pop. Bubbles always form in the same shape, a sphere. I remember learning about that in math, so they're always a sphere. A sphere is perfectly round. Why are bubbles spheres? Why aren't they ovals or cubes? A sphere is a strong shape. For its size, a sphere can hold a large amount of gas. So it's a good shape to keep gas together. You can make bubbles by blowing air into a liquid, but these bubbles quickly pop. You might see air bubbles in a fish tank. Air bubbles add oxygen to the water. We need oxygen to breathe, even the fish. Soap lets you blow bubbles that are less likely to break because their soapy skin stretches. Soap bubbles last longer than air bubbles. There's a kid covered in soap. Can you touch a soap bubble? To hold a soap bubble, wet your hands with the soap solution, then gently catch a bubble with your hands. So if you are ever doing bubbles outside or inside, if you wet your fingers and your hand, you can catch bubbles. That's pretty fun. Have you blown a bubble with soft, gooey bubble gum? As you blow in air, the gum stretches and the bubble grows. The world's largest bubblegum bubble was almost 2 feet, 0.6 meter across. What will happen when the gum gets stretched too thin? Probably this. Pop. Nature is full of bubbles. They sparkle in streams. They froth and foam at the beach. Look for bubbles wherever there is water. Some gas bubbles grow deep in the earth. They push through pools of mud. Finally, mud bubbles burst with a squishy plop. Yuck. Now the air stinks. So you can go to some of these kind of areas where you can see this, and it's really smelly. I've been in Yellowstone, you can go and they have these pits, and they smell kind of like rotten eggs. A spittlebug surrounds itself with bubbles. Hiding in bubbly foam, a young spittlebug is protected from its enemies. So this little creature uses bubbles to protect itself. A polar bear swims underwater. As it swims, it exhales or breathes out bubbles of air. In a tub or pool, you can blow bubbles too. Just breathe out underwater. So you can try that this summer. When you're underwater, if you breathe out, it'll make air bubbles. Every bubble is a tiny world. Look closely. Who is looking back from the bubble? You can see your reflection in soap bubbles. And that's the end. So now you know a little bit more about bubbles. Have a great rest of your day.